Whew. Hey everybody, Hamster here for a slower, longer form sort of video because I have a lot of things to talk about, I think, maybe. I'm just gonna start rambling and just keep going and do jump cuts where I need them, if I need them, because yeah, just gonna ramble. So, you know, if you wanna chill out, hang around, listen to me ramble for a while, that's what this is. So, let's see, it's been about 2 months since the last update video, and I am still in the process of setting things up and getting things ready. As you can see, I don't have the video equipment set up behind me. I do have the webcam set up here in a way I've never had before. It is now on a fancy stand so that I can kind of move it around. Because before, you never got to see that setup, but it was just literally the webcam on a stack of boxes and a CD spindle. It was not a great setup, so this is a lot better. Two things that did not survive the years of storage were my lights. My lights were simply box-shaped lamps that I had sitting on either side of me. They were supposed to look like paper lanterns, but they're made out of a kind of plasticky material, and that plasticky material has degraded. It has turned yellow and cracked all over, so that they are no good anymore. So I was thinking about what kind of lights I want, and also how I wanted to set up the green screen behind me, and I kind of arrived at the conclusion that I think I want to paint the wall, and I want to have soft LED light panels. I think that's what I want, but I might have to do something in the meantime to kind of have any sort of setup, so I might end up still setting up the green screen and getting some regular lights again. But when I do get around to making this into a green screen wall, I'm gonna have to take those things off because I realized that they are adhered to the wall. They're not just screwed in, there's also adhesive on them, and it's going to tear the wall apart. It's gonna at least rip the paint off, which is fine if I'm gonna repaint it, but until I get to the actual point where I'm repainting the wall, I don't want to ruin the wall. So it's gonna stay as is until everything gets closer to actually happening, which again, could be a while. Things move slowly when your life is in perpetual uncertainty caused by financial and family things. It just kind of makes everything slow. Things are better now that I'm here in this house, but everything isn't right yet. And I know I haven't talked a lot about what is actually up, but like the short version, because I don't really want to get into a big thing about it, is just it's a lot of legal stuff with banks and houses, people owed money and all kinds of garbage and debts and things. So yeah, it's weird and awful, and it is slowly resolving, but like you have probably heard about the legal system, it does not move quickly. So, moving on a bit, even without the video equipment set up, I thought, oh, I'll still make some videos. I can do some playthroughs and stuff just without the video camera, without the video feed. Or I could just not do it with the green screen. That'd be okay for a while, a temporary thing. You guys know me. You guys know I can do better, and I'm just doing a temporary thing. And then I strained my shoulder. This one over here. It's still kind of puny right now. It's kind of weak. It's kind of like that injury that a pitcher gets in a baseball movie where they hurt their shoulder once, but they keep wanting to practice, and so their shoulder never fully heals, and then it just gets worse on the big day. They suddenly have to actually use their shoulder, and it's like, oh god, it's fallen off. I basically had that happen, where I strained my shoulder moving to this house, moving all of the furniture, I overexerted myself and strained my shoulder. But it didn't hurt. It was mildly sore. And so I thought, it's all right. Couple days of rest and it'll be a-okay. I'll be back 100%. And continued on my merry way moving into this house. And I was ordering things from Amazon and thus having to tear open boxes, moving everything around, getting storage and organizational stuff, and just unpacking and sorting things. And over the course of the next month, I basically overused my shoulder while it was weakened from the move. And it took about a week and a half. And that was actually the first time that I anticipated making this update video. I wanted to make this video then, and then my shoulder got all weird. So I ended up not making it, and now here I am, a month later, making this video, finally. You know what also probably didn't help with the whole shoulder strain thing is that during the first couple weeks where my shoulder felt okay, I actually went with my friend Rob to an indoor go-kart track and raced go-karts around, which was a lot of fun, and I attempted to record video of it with my phone and quickly determined that holding your phone in one hand, trying to steer a go-kart with one hand was a bad idea. That I was either 1, going to wreck myself, or 2, wreck my phone. Moving on from there, something I did on Monday was go up to Glendo, Wyoming to watch the eclipse. Here are some pictures of that. It was fun. It's a very surreal experience to be out there, to see the world just start to uniformly dim. It's like the exposure on a camera is being turned down because it's just a graying of the entire world around you. It's evenly dark. Then totality happens. And it was cool. In terms of entertainment, I watched House of Cards, the latest season, and I think I'm kinda cooling on that show in general. I also watched that Netflix Castlevania series, and that was all right for an intro to Castlevania. I heard they are doing more, and I sure hope that they go much deeper with everything that they're doing. Just make it as dark as possible, because that would be the best Castlevania, is the darkest Castlevania. That aside, I watched Bravest Warriors, the latest season of that. That also felt like filler. And I watched Netflix Voltron, Legendary Warrior. That was alright. It's still not that interesting. I keep watching it because it has the foundation to become something interesting. I want to see it turn into a really good show, but so far I don't think it's that good of a show. On the anime side of things, I have, of course, watched way more of that in general. I've had plenty of time to watch lots of anime. I've been watching the Patlabor series. I really like Patlabor the movie 2 and Patlabor the movie 3, which also is WXIII, or WX3. I also watched Miss Kobayashi's Dragon Maid, which is quite funny and very cute. I like its art style. Speaking of cute, I've been watching a lot of the Pretty Cure series, and I watched Heart Catch Pretty Cure a while ago, and last month I watched Go Princess Pretty Cure, one of the more recent incarnations of it, and thought that was pretty good too. Overall, I would say, yeah, I'm a proponent for the Pretty Cure series. I think it's a good take on the magical girl thing, trope, style. And I watched Speed Racer. It is very rough. It is barely animated. It is super campy and goofy, and things don't make a lot of sense. And the way expository dialogue is just rambled off at a lightning pace in that show is hilarious. Attack on Titan Season 2. Super enjoyed that. I think it's great. And I finally finished watching all of the adaptations of Cashern, or Kashan, if you prefer. I watched all of those now. Most recently was the 1973 version, and I do not think you need to watch that version. If you like Cashern, then Cashern's Sins is probably your best bet. You don't really need the earlier versions of Cashern to get Cashern's Sins. Oh yeah, also a little insert here. I noticed earlier when I was checking my YouTube channel to see when I actually uploaded the previous update video, when I was checking that, I realized that, yeah, I too am being hit by the YouTube demonetization thing that they're doing, where they're just going through and labeling videos as not appropriate for all advertisers. As if any video ever would be appropriate for all advertisers. It sucks. So I'm going to switch now over to my phone camera. Oh, that's a photo. That's not right. Video. There we go. So now I'm over here on my phone camera, and we're going to go take a little house tour. So I guess the first thing to share is that I have installed curtains. 100% blackout curtains. Aha! And also window tinting. I installed window tinting, so if I open this, you'll see it's actually really bright out here. If I turn this off, you can see I actually live in a cave, like a troll, which I am, an internet troll. That's me. Let's head downstairs now. You've been downstairs before, kinda. I showed you the room, but I hadn't set it up yet. The room is now fully set up. I now have my guitar over here with my new Hello Kitty guitar strap that is in my favorite black and pink combination. Got a drum mat so I don't scratch the floor. I got the drums set up. I got the arpeggio set up. I don't know if it's actually tuned right now because, you know, it is. It is tuned. Coming on over into here, into the kitchen. You can see, here's the kitchen. Here's my organization that I was talking about. In addition to the window tinting upstairs, I also started to tint the windows elsewhere, like I've tinted the windows downstairs, or the biggest window downstairs I have now tinted, and you can kind of see the blue hue of it through the curtain there, which I think I might also replace that curtain with a blackout curtain as well. But something that will be happening sooner than that is I'm going to be getting an air conditioner, which this house does not have. I'll just get a mini split installed here, and another one upstairs in the office number 1. And those mini splits will do air and heat. They'll do both, because I don't need to heat or cool it out here. I'm never out here. I'm just up in my office. You know, or I'm in my bed. If you know, I'm either on my computer or I'm asleep. So, returning to my desk, just a few more things to talk about. I have been working on some projects, things that aren't for my YouTube channel, but that are for other people, those kinds of projects. I helped create a commercial for Radio Flyer, the company that makes red wagons and stuff, bikes. You can see it on the Radio Flyer YouTube page. I did the first like 15 seconds of the video, all the kind of fake Facebook and Instagram posts and stuff like that. And also later in the video, there's kind of this like flying through social media space, and I worked on that too. So check that out. I also already started working on this year's Giant Bomb Extra Life video. I've kind of starting those earlier, so I can really think about what it is that I really want to do for them. And so, yeah, it's, you know, glitchy and all kinds of, you know, garbage and EDM and stuff like that. But I wanted to try some new stuff with it in general. And sounds like this. and it looks like a lot of flashing lights and colors. It's just digital vomit in your eyeballs. Oh god. So I guess that's kinda it. I have a whole list of things to do for this house, to this house, working through it. I got things I'm working on, kinda, doing stuff, watching things, and otherwise just being alive, living, having a life. So I guess that's it for now. I will talk to you guys later.